Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, Tarot and Oracle for the Soul. This week I will be unboxing the Bee Tarot by Kristoffer Hughes, art by Nadia Turner. I am super excited. I am obsessed with bees right now. I don't know if you guys can see that little bee on my ring. But I bought these really cool press-on nails from Amazon, but they're super long and they have gems on them. They have bees, snakes, flowers, but they're all charms. And these medium length press-ons are about as long as I'm comfortable with. And the cheap nails from China are just really hard plastic, and they hurt and they bother my nails and they don't feel comfortable. I had some on last month and I was just so happy to have them off. These, I'm not sponsored by them, but these kiss nails are like super comfortable and they're not too long. They don't hurt my fingers. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna stick with this brand. So I don't know if I'm ever gonna wear them because I wanted to wear them for the unboxing of this deck, but I'm like, oh man, they're gonna be on for a week or two and they're gonna be so uncomfortable. So this retails for $32.99. They're published by Llwelleyn. Let's see, follow the keeper's journey into the magical world of bees. Ask the wild bee what the old druids knew. Through 78 cards buzzing with divinatory energy, best-selling author Kristoffer Hughes explores the symbiotic relationship between bees and humankind. Discover the life cycle of bees, the archetypes of their world, and their mythological and cultural attributes with Nadia Turner's exquisite art, a premium linen card finish, and Kristoffer's full-color guidebook. This Rider-Waite Smith style kit beautifully marries bee traditions with tarot wisdom for a hard-working tool in sync with the rhythms of nature. So it comes with the 78 deck and 296-page full-color guidebook. So that's pretty cool. So yeah, my friend Cindy Rhodes, she does artwork, and I bought some of her bees and then bee artwork for my office at work. And then everyone at work was just, you know, hanging up bee little like pieces of art for me and decorating my office with bee stuff, which was so sweet and kind. So that's how I got into bees. Also, my middle name means bee, so it's fitting. I had thought about going by my middle name since it's less common than Sarah, but all right, so it's got a clasp, which is nice, open box, and it's really nice details, even on this side. Did the bees understand the mysteries of the druids, or did the bees perhaps give them access to those mysteries? I like the little bees here. This book looks gorgeous. And here's the cards and the cute little bees. So I really like the box. It's easy to open. No gilding, so I can't I can't mess it up. That's good. They look like traditional size cards. Fit in your hands. I'll show the book first. Got this cute little bee. Paper is really sticky into the hive. So we have about the author and about the artist. Llwelleyn Publications, 2024. We have Introduction into the Hive, The Magical World of Bees, Beyond the Hive, The Magical World of Tarot, The Waggle Dance, How to Read the Tarot, the Major Arcana, the Minor Arcana, Spreads, Conclusion, and Acknowledgements. So, okay, that's why it's a little sticky. Feels like there's some gilding on the book. They have it edged to look like a honeycomb, which is pretty cool. So it makes the pages really sticky. Can you hear that? I love the way the book smells. It smells really good. All right, let's go to... So for the minor, we have 8 of Pentacles, we have buzzwords, and then a little write-up, the full picture, and then upright and reverse. Let's see for the major. So for major, it looks like we have the picture of the card, then we have the buzzwords. So it's the same. Here are the spreads. We have a 4B spread, the Forager spread, the Hive and Flower spread, which is like a Celtic cross, the Waggle Dance, the Meadow spread, the Cast spread, which is a yes or no, Conclusion, and Acknowledgements. So gorgeous book. I really like that Magician card. It is gorgeous. And I like these cards. They feel like linen. You can see the linen paper. I don't know if it's picking up, but I can see it. I can feel it. I can hear it. So the quality is amazing. I love her bee headdress and flowers, her daisies. Oh man, that is totally my vibe. And the bee on her finger, so cool. It's interesting because one of my coworkers was like, I'm scared of bees. I was stung by bees. Technically I was, but I knew they weren't bees, they were wasps. But I mean, as a child growing up in Vermont, I ran around barefoot all the time, and I only managed to step on a bee one time and get stung on my foot once. So that's really not bad. Unfortunately, when I was really young, my dad, his friend's kids, his friend was I think he had honeycombs or bees, but they had ground wasps, and we were outside playing, and my friend's brother, I don't know if he provoked the ground wasps or he did something. All I remember is seeing this swarm of wasps come at my friend and I, and we just started running. I blacked out and I didn't wake up until I was in the bathtub. And I had no idea what happened, but I had sting, like, you know, stings all over me, wasp bites all over me. But surprisingly, I'm not afraid of bees or wasps, but I am afraid of scorpions. Now that we live in New Mexico, there's so many scorpions, and we've had 24 scorpions already in our house, and we spray all the time. they are so scary and they're aggressive. Like I tried to step on one and it was on carpet, and so it just got mad and started charging me, and those suckers are fast. That's like so creepy. I love her honeycomb dress. The detail of these cards are amazing. The quality of the cards, the details, the bees, the honeycomb. That is just, this is a gorgeous deck. I'm excited to work with it. Poor bees. Oh. I absolutely love this star card. I mean, sorry, the sun. I just love this sun card. And the rebirth. Very nice. The world. So what do you all think? Do you like bees? Anyone afraid of bees? Anyone have a bad negative bee experience or a good bee experience? This 4 of Wands card with the lavender is nice. But I also really love this 5 of Wands. All the cards, I think all the cards are just so stunningly beautiful. The artist did just such a gorgeous, gorgeous job with this. That's a beautiful card too. I love it. The sunflowers and her dress and her hair and her pose, just everything. I love it. Oh, and here we have the Prince of Wands. Same pose, same outfit. That's cool. Queen of Wands with the little fox. Oh, so cute. And she's got her fire in her hand. I love it. She commands fire. They should have put the King of Wands with fire in his palm, since he commands fire, but his tree is burning. So, okay. So that's the difference. His rod, his wand, and the tree behind him, where hers isn't. Let's look at what similarities and differences are. She has more bees around her than he does. This hand is up, that one's down. He's holding something. Oh, he has a cat. I just noticed the little kitty cat. That's so cute. Different flowers here. She has jewelry on. No animal. Very cool though. Okay, so cups has been changed to jars. bride and groom getting married at the altar with the honey. That's beautiful, symbolic. 3 of jars. I am really excited to play with this deck. It's already speaking to me. Things are already coming to my mind, associations and meanings, and that doesn't usually happen just upon looking at a deck. Like, oh my gosh, I love this whole vibe. I want this, like this color wall, this bee statue, her bee necklace, the little pumpkin, like how cool. She's got her books. She's studying up on being a beekeeper. She's got her tea or honey or coffee. I mean, her tea with honey or candles. Like, what a vibe. It would have just been perfect if the leaves outside were golden. It was fall, but this is a beautiful, beautiful card. So I haven't done any tarot readings for myself or anyone, and it's been about a year. And giving free tarot readings on my other channel, Smart Reiki and Tarot, just really drained me and took a lot out of me. And then also driving 3 hours to give readings in a New Age store was draining. And then moving and having a traumatic experience happening during the move and trying to get a job, working, I just haven't had the mental or emotional capacity to give readings. But I'm so happy that I pushed past that and I treated myself to this deck, because I was just telling my husband that I'm starting to feel like the old Sarah, the Sarah before we moved to this new town. I am starting to feel reconnected to my spiritual side again. I felt so disconnected. I was so angry that my cards didn't warn me about the movers or the moving company we hired. I felt so betrayed and abandoned and alone. And I understand, like, bad things happen to good people, and that the tarot only tells you, they don't tell you everything. And, you know, maybe these movers, we don't know. I don't know. I know it could have been a lot worse than it was, but it was pretty traumatic. And then to have my own family victim blame us and be like, how could you be so stupid to hire those movers that stole from you? I don't have control. Like, my family raised me that I have to manage everybody else's emotions and everything around me, but that's just not healthy. You know, I'm learning to set boundaries. I'm learning to say no. I'm learning, you know, what's healthy, what's not, what's within my control, what's not. So, you know, I think that this past year was just almost, it was a big, big learning moment. In some ways, I know that what happened needed to happen. My soul growth was definitely a lot of lessons learned and a lot of realizations. It was really hard for me to see that my family was as toxic as I was afraid they were, because, you know, when you're a child and you grow up in that toxicity, you know it's wrong, but you don't necessarily see like the level of it, or you don't see both of your parents as being equal in their wrongdoings. You put one on the pedestal, one's the good guy, one's the bad guy. And now with this happening and having both of my parents to a certain extent victim blame my husband and I, and then my mother is so used to controlling me that she got mad because she wanted me to divorce my husband because of what happened, what the movers did. It's not my husband's fault. He didn't do anything wrong. So she has become really aggressive towards me. It's been a difficult time with family. So I accept my mother. This is kind of like, this has been me the last year. I accept my mother and my family. I had already forgiven my father, worked through my issues with him. I need to work on having better boundaries with my mother because, like I said, she used to be able to control me and like tell me things, and I would listen to her. And that's just not the case anymore. I will not, let her control me anymore. And so she's become very aggressive and mean towards me because she, can't handle not being able to do that anymore. So, like I said, and that's a good thing for me to realize how much control she had over my life, how much she was controlling me, how I had never really been living my life for me, even though it appeared to her and it appeared to people outside of my life that I was still subconsciously maybe, and at times overtly, allowing her to tell me what to do. So it's clarity starting to come to me of why things happened the way they did and why they had to happen, and maybe why the tarot didn't tell me. Unfortunately, the tarot doesn't tell you everything because certain things are meant to happen. And who knows, maybe if we hadn't moved here, something worse could have happened. I don't know. We don't know. I don't want to play like the what if game. But I'm just so happy. Like I'm excited. I want to use this. I want to play with this. I want to give myself readings. And I want to start writing again and get back into my creativity and just really start getting back to me again. And then if I feel better, I'm thinking, maybe I will start giving readings again because they are helpful and they help you grow and they help you see where you are. And the spiritual path has helped me grow. I am a totally different person than I was in my teens and my early 20s and even late 20s. So I'm just happy that I am getting back to me and starting to feel like my old self and starting to feel okay within my skin again. All right, we'll see how these shuffle. Shuffle like a dream. Let's ask, what message do you have for us today? Yeah, you guys, I was really worried for a minute. I was like, who am I going to be now that I don't do tarot, I don't do Reiki, I don't do hypnosis? Who am I going to be for the second half of my life? But I'm happy that I'm coming back to this and that I don't feel so alienated from myself anymore. All right, we have 3 of Swords. Okay, so we have a big picture. 3 of Swords. Buzzwords: sorrow, unhappiness, and heartbreak. A human heart hangs forlornly in the sky, pierced by 3 sharp swords. A hornet feeds on the blood that's used from the heart's wounds. Ooh, that's dark. In the distance, the tumultuous skies are wrecked by intense lightning, and rain comes ever closer. Something wicked this way comes, and it is not going to be easy to deal with. There is no way to sugarcoat this card, and it will take every ounce of your muscle as a reader to effectively and compassionately read it. The Three of Swords is a testing card. It tests the current's resilience as well as the reader's capacity, and for that reason alone, this is an important, terrible, and poignant card to reveal in a reading. So, I'm glad I'm leaving this era of my life. It's interesting that I pull this because, I'm talking about this era is what I'm coming out of, this trauma. And this is another good piece of advice. One reader told me, she's like, Sarah, good things happen to bad people, and sometimes people just do bad things because there is evil in the world. And this is another point of this. For some people, causing others pain and trauma brings them a sadistic pleasure. But to be on the receiving end of that is a dreadful experience. It may be that some home truths have been stated, and you may need to deal with the consequences of them or face untruths that you yourself may have perpetrated. Whatever the root cause, there is heartache and heartbreak here, and only time will bring about healing. So it's been just under a year for my healing, and like I said, I'm just barely starting to feel like this era before the movers violated our trust and violated our possessions and stole things, personal items of mine, that there's no replacement for, like photos and diaries and journals and, the books and the CDs and the DVDs and my basketball cards. Those, it would have been horrible if they had just taken that, but the personal items, my college degree, my Reiki certificates, that just it took me out. However the emotions react, they are exacerbated by the fact that the mind cannot fathom what has been done to it. Disloyalty, envy, loathing, and hatred directed toward an individual can be exceptionally damaging and confusing. This card can appear when there has been a sudden or unexpected separation, either from death, a breakdown of a relationship, the loss of work. Resilience is required to see through the pain of this card, and the key to being resilient is learning to accept situations that are out of your control. So then it gives you the upright and the reversed. So this book seems like it's a really, really good book. Has some great info in here. I love the quality of the cards and how they shuffle. Linen cards are just divine. The smell of the paper and the card is, oh man, like top tier. Sometimes we've bought decks and the smell is just like, ooh, like gross. They smell like chemicals, but this, whew, love it. It's weird. When I was a kid, I remember going into like bookshops and the smell of books was amazing. And I don't know if it's my senses have changed because I have allergies here. I don't seem to smell books as clearly, or that smell of books, as I did when I was a child. But this is like nostalgia overload. So if you guys are looking for a new deck to purchase and you're into bees, this seems like an amazing book and card deck. The quality, the artwork, like the messages, everything seems to be on point. So this gets 2 thumbs up from me. If you've worked with this deck, let me know what your thoughts are in the comments down below. Thanks for listening to me vent. And let me know in the comments if you like me kind of doing story time during the flip throughs, or do you want me to go back to silent flip throughs with music? So let me know in the comments down below. But thank you so much for tuning in and sticking with me, staying subscribed. Like, I really appreciate your patience for the past year, and it was really hard for me to even talk about it. I just felt so much guilt and shame around the situation that happened, and trying to make friends and work and all of that. It was a very difficult year for me, but I'm looking forward to the rest of this year of 2024 and 2025. And I just, hope that I can step into my true self, my full self, like 100% authentic self fully, now that I've recognized and am looking at and facing my trauma. So thank you all, and I will see you next time. Bye.